Hey everybody, it's Ryan. In my first vlog, I want to talk about some of the challenges that I faced during these crazy times that we're in right now. So let's go ahead and dig in. So, like many of you, back in February, the last thing from my mind was thinking about um, having a stay-at-home order, um, you know, self-quarantining myself for months on end. When I was thinking of summer in February, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to be going to some Portland Thorns games. I'm going to be getting a chance to catch up and see some friends at some breweries in downtown Portland and just my normal summer routine. But as we all know, that didn't happen for all of us. We've all been, you know, affected by everything that's happened. Um, and I kind of wanted to talk about some of the challenges of my everyday care that has happened during that time, and kind of things that I've done during that time. So, as you know, I have Becker's muscular dystrophy, and basically, that disease affects all of your muscles, including my heart and my lungs, and it basically slowly makes them weaker and weaker over a period of time. And with having weakened lungs and a weakened heart, puts me in a much higher risk for um, any type of respiratory illness and stuff that it would for somebody that's does not have my disease. So I definitely had to think about, well, how can I protect myself during this time with all this going on? So one of my other challenges I had to face and try to figure out during this time is I have multiple caregivers. And when I mean multiple caregivers, I have six. I know six, like, oh my God, he's got six caregivers, that's a lot. It's really not. It's basically anywhere from two to three I see during the day spread out throughout the day. So it's not like I have like six all in one day. It's literally six caregivers spread across 7 days. So it kind of works out well. And some of them are like repeat, like some of them come back at night and etc. But I had to kind of figure out how am I going to manage these caregivers that are here to help take care of me. How am I going to manage keeping myself safe from them and them safe from me and them safe just when they're out and about in public. So that's something I basically had to do is I sat down with each caregiver. I talked to them about what they plan on doing with their families to keep safe, what they're going to be doing to, whatever we could discuss and talk about. A lot of it was unknown. Some of them didn't know what they're going to do or how they're going to do things. I also had to kind of talk to them and kind of figure, well, how many other, clients were they taking care of besides me? Because I couldn't have, the lower amount of people that they were taking care of plus me, in my mind, at the very beginning was better, just because then I felt like it lessened my overall chance of any type of exposure of any sort. So after, like I said, we talked with all the caregivers and kind of figured that out. It kind of all came to like an agreement of how we were going to go forth with what we were going to do, what changes I was going to implement to make it so that way we're all safe. Um, so what I ended up doing is I ended up implementing some new kind of procedures that they do when they get here. So one of the first things to do is I have them take off their shoes. They're basically not allowed to wear shoes inside the house. They also have to be wearing their mask when they come in, or a mask. They need to basically wash their hands. I also have them check their temperature to make sure they don't have a fever at all. And then I have them take an alcohol swab and I have them wipe down their cell phones. That way, at least I make sure that everything that they're, or anything else they're even bringing into my house, such as like their lunch or dinner, I have them, on the outside of the container, take an alcohol swab and wipe that down as well, just to make sure that everything that they're coming into my home is as clean as possible. Um, Another thing in regards to having the multiple caregivers that has been a challenge. Let's say somebody's babysitter doesn't show up and they can't come into work, so I got to have another caregiver come in and work that shift. That's basically a total stranger coming in to my home with me not knowing, are they implementing those same safety things that I talked about with other caregivers? Are they wearing their mask all the time? Are they doing all the precautions that I want people to be doing if they're going to be here in my home? I don't know that. I don't know this person at all. So it really makes a challenge for whenever anybody's out sick or isn't able to come in. It really kind of throws everything in for a loop, and we just kind of hope for the best. Um, so as I was kind of saying though, I have that routine now of them hand washing and cleaning, their phones off and all that. And then one of the other major challenges I ran into during this time is finding medical supplies. So that includes gloves, masks, any toiletry items, all the kind of things that I need for my daily care routine. I'm not able to find or have not been able to find. Um, Luckily enough, in the beginning, I did have a pretty decent supply, and then since then, I've had to reach out to family in different places in the nation to basically help send me supplies when I was getting dangerously low, just to make sure I would have enough to be able to get through with everything that I needed. Um, Another thing that family has helped out with and provided is during the beginning of all this, and all of you know, you could not find a mask for the life of you. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, go out and find these N95 masks," but you couldn't find N95 mask or any mask of any sort whatsoever anywhere. Um, and that's one of the really things I really wanted to implement in as soon as I could, but I couldn't find any to basically have available. So I did have a family member of mine um, was able to find a template online of how to sew handmade masks. So this family member went ahead and made masks for not only myself, but then for all the caregivers I have. And not only did we make them one, but we made them more than one mask, so that way they could have a mask they could use when they're out in public, going to the grocery store or doing whatever they need to do with their family. And then they can have a separate mask that they can wear here, that they can have as well. So that way, they're always wearing a clean mask when they're here at my home, which is just an extra added layer of safety. So that part has been really super great to have families step up and be able to help keep me safe and also keep all my caregivers safe. And that's just been really important to me. So, leave some comments below of what challenges and stuff you have had during this time. Has it been supplies? Has it been finding medical stuff? Has it been caregiving? Have you had caregiving challenges? What have you done, to do differently in your, caregiving routines to make sure that you're staying safe? Just, I'd really like to know. I'm really curious. So anyways, thanks for listening to me talk about all this stuff, and I hope to do another vlog soon. So thanks again for listening, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks.